Zubonda was a village where laughter echoed through its lively markets, and the rhythm of drums marked each day. But one night, an eerie fog rolled in without warning, smothering the land in silence. By dawn, the village's warriors, its protectors and pride, had vanished. The village elders, rattled by the unexplained disappearance, called for volunteers to investigate. Fear gripped most, but Koma, a young spearfighter yearning to prove her worth, stepped forward. Her resolve burned brightly even as her family begged her to reconsider. Armed with her spear and her father's amulet, she ventured into the unknown. As Koma stepped into the fog, the world around her warped. Trees twisted into grotesque shapes, and whispers that didn't belong to the wind brushed against her ears. She gripped her spear tightly, her heart pounding like a drum. A cryptic dream from the night before replayed in her mind, a woman cloaked in shadows, her voice a melody of sorrow and anger, demanding restitution. Though she didn't yet understand its meaning, Koma felt an inexplicable pull forward, deeper into the fog's embrace. The fog led Koma to a crumbling shrine hidden deep within the forest, its once grand pillars now draped in vines. The air felt heavier here, as though the earth itself mourned. In the center of the shrine lay a shattered statue of a goddess, her features barely discernible. Koma knelt to inspect the ruins and found strange symbols carved into the stone, glowing faintly. As she reached out, a sudden gust of wind spiraled around her, carrying the faint sound of weeping. Suddenly, the ground beneath her feet cracked, and Koma fell into a hidden chamber. She landed amidst a circle of glowing orbs, each pulsing faintly like a heartbeat. Voices filled the chamber, overlapping cries for help. Among the voices, Koma recognized the tone of her older brother, who had vanished in the fog. Overwhelmed, she clutched her father's amulet and swore she would find the truth, no matter the cost. Koma awoke to find herself in a strange, mirrored version of her world. The sun hung low in a crimson sky, casting an otherworldly glow. The air buzzed with an unsettling energy, and the ground felt alive beneath her feet. As she explored, she stumbled upon a massive field of laboring figures. To her shock, they were Zubonda's missing warriors, toiling under the watchful gaze of spectral guards. Their faces were hollow, their spirits seemingly crushed. One warrior noticed Koma and whispered her name in disbelief. It was Jumo, her brother. Before she could speak, a deafening roar echoed, and a towering spectral figure appeared. It wielded chains of light that bound the warriors to their servitude. Koma fled, her heart heavy with the sight of her brother's despair. She realized the goddess from her dreams held these warriors captive and would not relinquish them without a fight. That night, as Koma rested in a hidden grove, the goddess appeared in her dreams again, more vivid this time. She introduced herself as Nyasha, the Forgotten One. Nyasha's sorrowful eyes contrasted sharply with the venom in her voice. "Your people desecrated my shrine," she hissed. "They stole from me, and now they pay the price." Koma's confusion deepened, but before she could respond, the goddess's image faded. Awakening with renewed determination, Koma sought answers from the warriors. Sneaking back to the labor camp, she found Jumo and pressed him for details. Between labored breaths, he revealed that their ancestors had raided the goddess's temple generations ago, stealing sacred relics and destroying her sanctuary. The goddess's vengeance had waited until now to claim its toll. "She won't stop until we're all broken," Jumo warned. Desperate to confront Nyasha, Koma returned to the shrine. Using the glowing symbols as a guide, she performed a ritual that summoned the goddess in her full glory. Nyasha's towering form radiated power, her presence overwhelming. Koma pleaded for the warriors' freedom, offering herself in their place. The goddess laughed, a sound that echoed like shattering glass. "You cannot bargain with me unless you prove your worth," Nyasha said. "Bring back what was stolen, and perhaps I will listen." Koma's mind raced. The relics her ancestors had stolen were likely lost to time. Still, she vowed to find them. The goddess gave her a cryptic clue: seek the river of echoes. The relics whispered to those who listen. With little to go on, Koma set out, unaware that she was being watched by one of the spectral guards. The journey to the river of echoes tested Koma's strength and resolve. Along the way, she encountered illusions meant to deter her. At one point, she saw her late father beckoning her to turn back, his voice full of concern. But Koma pushed forward, trusting in her instincts. When she finally reached the river, it shimmered with an unnatural light, its surface reflecting memories rather than images. Koma knelt by the riverbank and listened. Faint whispers guided her to a submerged chest. As she pulled it from the water, the spectral guard from before attacked. Koma fought fiercely, her spear clashing against the guard's ghostly chains. In the end, she defeated it by using her father's amulet to dispel its form. Exhausted but victorious, she opened the chest to find the stolen relics glowing faintly. Returning to the shrine, Koma presented the relics to Nyasha. The goddess examined them with a mixture of sorrow and anger. "You have done well," she admitted, "but this does not absolve your lineage of its sins." Nyasha revealed that Koma's ancestors had not only desecrated her shrine but also sealed away her true power, leaving her trapped between realms. Koma realized the relics were keys to restoring the goddess's full strength. Koma hesitated. Restoring Nyasha's power might free the warriors, but it could also unleash devastation upon the land. The goddess sensed her doubt and offered a grim warning: "If you falter, your people will suffer endlessly." Torn between her duty and the potential consequences, Koma resolved to uncover more before making her decision. Seeking clarity, Koma visited the ancestral grove, a sacred place where spirits of the past linger. There, she communed with her ancestors and demanded answers. They confessed their role in Nyasha's plight, explaining that fear of her growing power had driven them to act. They had hoped to protect their people but had instead sown the seed of vengeance. One ancestor, a former warrior chief, urged Koma to seek balance. "Restore her power, but temper it with your own strength," he advised. "Only then can you break the cycle of retribution." The words gave Koma a glimmer of hope and a new sense of purpose. Koma returned to the shrine for the final time, relics in hand. She performed the ritual to restore Nyasha's power, chanting the ancient words inscribed on the shrine. As the goddess's full form emerged, the earth trembled, and the spectral guards vanished. The warriors, freed from their chains, collapsed in exhaustion. But Nyasha's rage was not yet sated. She turned her wrath toward Zubonda, intent on punishing the village for its ancestors' crimes. Koma stepped forward, invoking the strength of her lineage and the wisdom of her ancestors. She challenged Nyasha to a duel, offering her life in exchange for the village's safety. The battle was fierce, with Koma using her spear and amulet to counter the goddess's divine fury. In the duel's climax, Koma managed to pierce Nyasha's heart with her spear, not to kill but to channel her ancestors' remorse. The goddess, moved by the act of humility and courage, paused. She saw in Koma the potential for a new beginning. "You have proven yourself," Nyasha said, her voice softening. "I release your people from my wrath." As the goddess faded into the ether, the warriors regained their strength and returned to Zubonda with Koma. Though the village celebrated their return, Koma knew the scars of the past would take time to heal. She vowed to honor the balance between mortals and the divine, ensuring that Nyasha's name would never be forgotten again.